I wonder if, okay, so from the reason we moved to West Virginia from like 7 to 14 or whatever is because my mom got remarried. And this guy was the most, and I wonder, I kind of want to go to therapy
Yeah.
to see if
Well,
like
let's talk about it now.
my childhood kind of did something to me. Because this guy, I don't want to say he was verbally abusive, but he was pretty verbally abusive.
Like what?
Every day, I would just how he yelled at us, the kids. How I'd hear him yell at my mom. Of course, my mom's arguing back, but like that was It seemed like I don't want to over exaggerate, but like looking back at it, it seemed like, and I never really thought of it until sort of in my recent years. Now, I'm like, why am I the way I am? And like every day it was just all I heard was arguing. Me and my brother weren't really allowed in the house until it got dark out.
The
The video,
what do you mean?
like we would have to just be outside every day after school. Like go outside. You're not sitting in the house and you're not being a couch potato.
Yeah.
But whenever we got the very rare chance to play video games, like we absolutely loved it. And then
What is your dad? I mean, so this other man, right? Stepdad was yelling at you.
Yeah.
Your dad didn't. Did you tell your dad? Would your dad have done anything?
I mean, as a kid, you just look at it like you're being yelled at or like this guy's a dick.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was bipolar, but I think he kind of was because he was supportive and like he'd take me to my football games. He would show up at every football game. He'd take me to my practices, sit in his truck while like I'm practicing for an hour and a half, basketball games, stuff like that. So he was very supportive in that way. But then it was the feeling of when you heard him say you're in the house, you heard him enter the house, you're like, fuck. Like, what's he going to yell at about today? Is there going to be an issue? And you kind of just wait for him to come upstairs, open your room, and, like, bitch about something.
Like what?
I don't know.
Leave your clothes, dirty shoes.
Yeah, something. Just always bitching about something and just always just an uncomfortable feeling when he got home.
So sort of like me walking into the scuff house.
Sort of like that, except, I mean, yeah, to a certain degree, but there was no, it was different with you, obviously, and obviously because we were older, but as a kid, it was just very, I think just verbally abusive.
Like, what would he say to you? Would he call you like a little F word?
No, not like that. Just yelling.
Like, get your ass in there.
Yeah.
Why didn't you fucking put the toilet seat down?
Yeah, I don't even have
your
like
little sister fell in.
Specifics of like what he did. It was just a dick.
Yeah. Do you think that you had something to do with it though? Like, obviously he's was he triggered out of nowhere?
I was a bad kid, but I was a bad kid at like school. I was a bad kid as far as like back talking my mom.
Yeah.
But to him, no. Like he couldn't help me with my homework without me crying, but like that way. And I don't like looking back. I can't like remember specifics like why am I crying doing my homework, but like as a kid, I guess just he was just terrible at dealing with it. And I mean, I'm sure my mom wouldn't care of me saying this, but like how bad it got is he was at work one day and we randomly called our family members and we're like, hey, come help us pack our shit. We left. I never saw him again.
Damn.
After living with him for what, 7-8 years or something.
Really?
Yeah. One day we just packed our shit while he was at work and we moved. And he came home to sort of an empty house and realized, wow, they just left and we never saw him again.
How do you know that's what he felt though? Is that what you think you felt, or is that did he reach out and say, yo?
He eventually, I mean, he was pretty devastated. He reached out to my mom a few times. I know he like went to Paris maybe for like what would you call it? Like like, because he was so fucked up after it. I think he went to Paris and sort of had like a revelation. I think he called my mom, sort of like breaking down and just apologizing for everything. And yeah, but that's just how bad it got, to where like we knew we wouldn't be able to deal with moving out and like getting a divorce and stuff with him. So we just had to like do it while he was gone.
Yeah.
Or it would have been problems. Like,
did you see it coming, or one day your mom's like, "Yo, pack your shit, we're fucking out"?
Sort of saw it coming, but one night my mom just got home, and was like, "I can't do it anymore. We're leaving tomorrow," and it was pretty abrupt. It was kind of sudden, but yeah, that's what happened.
And then your dad, like your actual dad, do you still keep in touch with him, or
what at that point, or right
today?
My dad passed away.
Oh,
you knew that?
I did.
He passed away. Shit. Well, I
did know that.
I was 21, so it's been some time. But
up until that point,
my dad was very like chill, non-confrontational. My mom would always.
So like you.
Yeah, my mom would always call him a dick and stuff, but that's probably how I could be considered in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like looked at as a dick just because I'm not chill. I'm not going to sit there and argue.
Yeah.
But my dad also had like drinking problems and stuff like that. So I don't know what went on between my dad and my mom, but between me and my dad, like it was a good relationship.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what.
But what I did want to say is, as a kid growing up, I wasn't really allowed to play video games. But right when we moved, and there was just me, my brother, and my mom. It was just my mom. My mom would work like 2 jobs, and a full time, and then a part time, and then so me and my brother were home a lot by ourselves, and we had freedom to do basically anything we wanted. And with that freedom, both of us really chose video games. So it went from like not really being able to play video games at all to like, holy shit, this is my chance. I can play as much as I want. And then that's kind of how, like, and I'm wondering like if I was allowed to play video games,
how much better would you have been?
No. When I was younger, like would I have kind of got it out of my system, and like so when I moved, I wouldn't be fully on addicted. Like now I have,
because it was like a forbidden sort of fruit that you couldn't do, so you wanted it.
Exactly. I wonder if that's how it kind of got started. But yeah, once we moved, I could play as much as I wanted, and that's sort of how the addiction started.
Yeah. So you call it an actual addiction. You wanted to do that
video
incessantly.
Games? Yes.
Now, do you think is the fun of the video game itself, or how good you were at the game?
Back then, I think it was just the competition.
Okay,
I didn't play. I was very competitive. I didn't play like when I played Mario Kart. Like I'm trying to play against my brother, or like someone else. Or, like I'm trying to do that when I'm playing like NBA 2K or NBA Live. Back in the day, I was trying to play against someone else. I wasn't much of a. I was always multiplayer gamer.
Still,
especially Xbox Live.
Still to this day.
Yes.
You play everything.
Yeah. And I don't play the Red Dead Redemptions. I don't play the story modes, the Fables, I have to be playing against someone else to get a reward from
beating them.
Or yeah.